Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So for those of you that are just joining, all of my taroscopes are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. I always advise people as well to watch all three so that you get a more complete picture of how these are going to speak to you. And then on top of that, I utilize astrology and numerology in my readings very often, and sometimes I'll talk about the larger transits and blend the whole thing together. And for those of you that don't know, I have a new channel that is solely dedicated to meditations and guided visualizations. We started this journey last year. For those of you that have been with me long enough, you know this, and I wanted to do it right and bring it to you properly, so you can check out the link in the description box below. With that said, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. And for those of you that already are subbies, you know I love you for it. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you all on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Hanged Man. All right, so there's a couple of things that come up here. First of all, this could be a week where you are feeling a bit more connected spiritually than you have in a long time, which is beautiful. It could also show you as well where maybe something this week you are either going to have to accept exactly as it is, or you're going to have to let something go. And it really will be that. It will be you making a decision that kind of is at a very almost not like a fundamental level, but yeah, on a very deep level. This is something that you're going to be asking yourself, you know, on a really deep level. So for your actions and options this week, you have the Justice card. So there is a big decision that you're having to make this week. Now, because of a lot of the planetary energies that are taking place at the moment, you may not have the clarity that you may not have the clarity of mind that you are hoping for. Now, your Justice card as well, you couple this with the Hanged Man. This is a decision that you are making, or a commitment that is on your mind, and it's one that you are really starting to see that maybe is one-sided, and it might see you having to really get to grips with that and say, wow, you know what, maybe this connection isn't what I thought it was. Maybe this isn't maybe it's just not what I would like it to be. Now, on another level as well, when it comes to anything of a legal or contractual nature, this week I would be very, very cautious about signing anything. And if you are, and you absolutely have to, just get a second opinion. There is no Mercury retrograde this week, but we're just off the back of, you know, some quite gnarly stuff happening at the end of last week. So it's just something that you want to consider this week. For your communications and conversations, you have the Sun card. All right, so this is great. So even with that kind of murky, foggy, confusing energy here, especially in the clarification, in the communications and conversations, you have clarity coming in. And I will say this to you as well. This week, give yourself over to the best attributes of what you're known for. There's some way, in some way, shape or form, this week you could really come up trumps, but it's going to require you to literally be yourself. Don't embellish, don't promise what you can't deliver. Literally, just come as you are. And basically what it's saying is, as long as you do that, you'll be presenting the best of who you are. If there is a contract and stuff on the table, like I said, do get a second opinion. But this, I mean, look at this, right? You've got the Sun card. The Sun card for me always diminishes the challenges and it enhances the blessings. So all in all, this could be a great week for you. For your those of you that are employed by somebody else, it looks like one contract, it looks like maybe something to do with your job is changing, but it kind of feels like you'll be shifting sideways. So maybe you're being reassigned to something, you know, to something different, and maybe being reassigned to something that actually speaks more to who you are and what your skill set is. For those of you that work for yourself, or entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, etc., this really, for me, this kind of feels like you're not only being seen for something that you do, but it does look like you're you're being highlighted in some way. Now, with the Hanged Man card, sometimes this can be on not online. Sometimes this can be on the radio. Sometimes it can be on the TV. If you're invited for a guest spot this week, it would not be a surprise at all. And then for those of you that are retired or no longer working, this basically says, where is it that you want to put your energy when it comes to your spiritual path? What are you ready to learn? What is it that you're ready to really put your heart and soul and commit to now? You know, is there a specific psychic skill or gift that you've always wanted to delve into? Is there a spiritual path or practice that you've always wanted to be a part of? This week could be really powerful for that, and that Sun card is putting a spotlight on you in some way. For your money and materials, you have the Seven of Pentacles, and this comes right underneath that Justice card, right? So this suggests that whatever moves you're making this week, the ripples or there are going to be far-reaching ripples from it. So you just want to make sure that you're doing the right thing for you, right? No, it doesn't matter about anybody else, but doing the right thing for yourself. Now, what I really like about this as well, your Seven of Pentacles is about slow and steady and sustained growth. And because you've got this underneath the Justice card as well, it suggests that something that you took a long time to deliberate over, something that maybe you've had literally bouncing around your mind for the longest time, this week you're going to make a decision on that, and there will be, I think it's going to come because of some sort of external clarity, and so it's going to make things very, very clear for you. What I also like about it as well, when it comes to your home and environment, this will be a lot of you really deciding where it is that you're going to go. You know, I talked about this at length last year, and I will be mentioning it this year. I kind of see mass migrations taking place. And you know, we're already seeing it, to be fair, and I think maybe yours is one of the signs that this will be affecting. And then when it comes to your physical health and vitality, your Seven of Pentacles is going to be like literally your knees, your bones, and your structure, maybe even for some of you as well, your teeth. So just something to be aware of. For your love and relations, you have the Five of Wands, right? So there is a bit of a spirit of competitiveness in the relationship this week, but I actually think this is in a good way. Now, you've got the Five of Wands coupled with the Sun card. That's music and dance and fun and sexy times. You know, if this is you and your partner, maybe it's like, you know what, we've just got to make the best of a bad situation. I know here in the UK, as I'm filming these, we are now back in lockdown, basically, and even stricter than before. We can't even go to the next village over. So it's quite intense. But yeah, I love this. It's kind of like a lot of the, you know, for those of you Geminis that are in relationships, it's like you're saying to yourself this week, yeah, you know what, let's just make the best of what we have, right? We're going to do what we can. And I've got a meme that comes to mind, but it's actually quite naughty, so I'm just going to keep that. I don't know if it's appropriate. But yeah, and then for your, for those of you that are single, I mean, I really like this. You could be meeting somebody, and, you know, please forgive me because I am generalizing, but as a rule, Geminis can sometimes be a little bit ambiguous. It's one of the things that you're known for. Doesn't mean I don't love you. I'm a fellow air sign. So, but one of the things that I kind of feel from this is, if you are single and you're connecting with someone this week, the chances are whoever it is that you're connecting with, they have more of that sort of steady, grounded energy, and you're the one that brings the creativity, the fun, and the crazy. And that's not a bad thing at all. When you have that kind of balance of energies in a relationship, that's how they truly work. That's how they truly flourish and thrive, because once you rub off on each other a little, rub up or against each other a bit as well, once you rub off on each other a bit, you integrate, and when you do that, you make each other more complete people. I truly believe that. And then on a familial level this week as well, there could just be a much lighter and easier energy of it. And considering the month that I know you guys had in the January Taroscope, it's quite interesting to see that you have like an easier week of it this week, especially when most people are going to be like running around like headless chickens. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.